goddess in the landscape. Wow. So just nibbled a little mint flower and a yarrow. Potent, potent, delicious. Thank you. Body of the goddess. This is a little structure or a little garden space outside of the Goddess Temple Dome area here that someone just came and made, a few years ago, and it's pretty cool when you can see it in wintertime or when it was made. It's actually like it's a goddess in the landscape. It is what it is. She's got arms that go around the medicinal wheel garden, and she's got a mound for the head and a mound at her breast, and she's a full physical goddess in the landscape. And so I've been working on her for some years, and right now she's pretty overgrown. She's not as gnarly and spiky as she's been in years in the past, but not as diverse. We got a lot of this mint just flourishing. Not the best mint, but the the flowers are nice and the bees love it. And we got a few others, obviously the yarrow in there. This is kind of the side. We'll go this way. These are the arms up here. So I'm putting these melissas. We got some nice little patches still in here. Down the side of the arms, and someone's kind of mowed it. And there wasn't a whole lot going on in the arms, but they wrap around the medicinal wheel garden, and then her head's up here where that tansy is. And she's not incredibly anatomical at the moment. Originally I was doing the mint in the gut, and I still got some, there's some chocolate mint or peppermint or whatever that is in here. I don't know, some comfreys everywhere, of course, but I'm sure we still got some fun things hiding in amongst this mint. But kind of originally the idea was to have her a bit more anatomical and have digestive things in the gut and have the mullein on the lungs. And we had the milk thistle growing out of the breast for a couple years. That was pretty perfect because they work for helping lactation and milk production and all that. So then we get the yoni hole, which we do have. I got these lamb's ears in here because these are great pads, actually, if you're mooning or menstruating or what have you. And the melissa can be helpful. I feel like things like herpes. We got the yarrow and a few flowers, and just trying to make it a lot softer and some of it anatomical. We got the red berries, we got the strawberries, just because a lot of times people come and leave offerings of flowers, which I can appreciate, although in a temple space you clean the flowers and it ends up feeling like the yoni hole's a compost pit sometimes. And just gonna say I I don't think that's quite how it goes, right? But you know, it is what it is. Like I can appreciate the offerings of flowers, but like, is the yoni hole the compost pit? I don't know. I don't know, but it is what it is. We're wanting to have a nice, soft, and good smelling and medicinal area in here that you can come and lay in, and it's kind of like crawling back in the womb space or whatever. Um, and yeah, I'm sure the offerings of flowers are great, but it's just a thought. And so that, at least we got a few of those, slightly like anatomically helpful, and we got that nettle patch in the gut, which what is nettle not good for, but good digestive, I guess. And I'd love to get all up in here more. I need to water it. The soil's pretty good, but that's always the case with the garden. You gotta water and the weeds come out way easier. And entering the goddess, make sure she's wet. But in a lot of these we got it's not the teasel, whatever this is, it's spiky. I forget what we call this right now. That could come out. Some of these, we got a few spikies. These rough, the prickly ox tongue. You can have a few, but those could come out. If you're wanting to ever come out and work on this, feel free. And I would love to see, it's been my dream for quite a while, is to have it, like I keep saying, more anatomical. Have her more that way, and so have maybe some of the St. John's wort. We got some nice patches in the front on her brain, because isn't it a mental thing? And maybe we could redo the milk thistles and things like that help with milk production and lactation. And what do you got for soft, fuzzy, medicinal yoni herbs? Throw them in there, just whatever. But it's our space, it's your space, it's all the garden of the earth. And we're here in this little Avalon portal, and that was the thing, old school Avalon. It's the goddess is the landscape, and that the trees and the flowers and the bushes, the mountains, that's her face and her body, and the wind is her breath. And definitely an archetype and an experience still open to you if you are open to it. And pretty fitting, the mother that fed and nourished and held us close and gave us everything. Maybe that wasn't your experience, but that's kind of the archetype. And yeah, you can see that every bit as much in the world today, if you wish. But here I would love to do some more work on that, and this is just something I've worked on because I feel it. Some guy just showed up and felt like doing this. If you feel called to that, feel free. Or you want to come pull some big spiky weeds out, feel free. Or you want to add some cool medicines, you got a good idea on that, feel free. It's your garden, it's our garden. I respect it. Please. So this is kind of, get a little of the arms cleared out, a little bit more Melissa. It's like the priestesses, the Melissa, sometimes the men. And this one doesn't wrap around as much, but all kinds of work that could be done. She's not as diverse this year, and I haven't been around as much the past few, and I don't know how much I will be, so just offering that. Anyone that wants to come take care of this space, is a beautiful space, and I bet there are still quite a few wonderful things in here. I'm gonna have to pull some of this. We got a bunch of this horsetail. You can just pull that, leave that in there, just pop them and throw them down. And the comfrey for sure, and then some of the spiky stuff, just that can come out, and the thistles. It was a nice space to walk around in for a while, and it'd be nice if it was that again. But then some things, you know, the milk thistle is pretty intense, and the nettles, but they're good medicine. They got their place in the garden. You know, and so do you if you feel called. It's a pretty beautiful place. And it's open. So, you know, feel free. Say it again. It's your garden. Come help out.